This video is a continuation of my other videos on improving your upper register and your upper register endurance. But this video is the most important one of all. The reason is that this video will help you not to injure your nerves and muscles from playing in your upper register. Many brass players suffer from injuries from excessive force, especially trumpet players, but all brass players, trumpet, trombone, French horn, tuba, everything. Mostly from excessive pressure and using excessive force and not letting your chops recover. Now, when you have injury, you can recover. I have a friend who had to stop playing, a trumpet player, had to switch to bass trumpet, a bigger, because his chops got so damaged. And his injury is one of the nerves. There's two types of injuries: muscles injuries and nerve problems injuries. The nerve problems can be the most serious and difficult to correct. The nerve, one of the worst ones, is called Bell's palsy. What Bell's palsy does is it confuses, you damage the nerves in your embouchure and around your embouchure, and it causes miscommunication from your other nerves and causes you, like a stroke, you lose control of the muscles in your face and can cause your tone to blah, you lose total control. One of my trumpet professors in university had to start teaching because he was a professional player, had to stop playing professionally and teach because he had this Bell's palsy, and he gradually got over it after about 10 years. The best way is to prevent the injury. Today I'm going to show you a couple of exercises and one extra one that will help you. Of course, the other one is overuse, cutting off the blood supply to your embouchure, which prevents blood getting into your muscles, just like an athlete, like the football player who pulls a muscle, or runners, or they build up that what's called lactic acid in the muscles and makes you tired. You get tired because you lose your ability to use your muscles. And that's when you have reduced blood flow to your embouchure. So I recently watched a video by one of my favorite trumpet players named Bobby Shu. Many recordings. He's in the 70s. And he said he had to quit playing when he was playing with Buddy Rich Big Band. Of course, Buddy Rich Big Band, if you know big band music, it's one of the most aggressive big bands out there. He was type A personality, to the wall, playing, and the lead trumpet player, he wanted those high notes, and Bobby had to quit playing in that band and stop playing for a while because he started having serious problems. It was forcing him to use too much pressure, too bad. So the best is prevention. I'm going to give you a couple really simple exercises. Before I do that though, don't forget to subscribe to my channel so I can continue these videos. And if you like, click the like button and bell icon to receive more of my videos. So on these videos I've given you, I always recommend that between exercise series, doing 2 octave, da 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 da, take a break, da 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 da, 30-second break. Or if you're doing endurance long tone exercises, just simple da da da, hold out as long as you can, then take a break. But what I forgot to tell you, or what I think is even more necessary, is what do you do while you're taking the break? Now, I've been doing these exercises since I was in high school. because my teacher taught me how to relax. So these exercises can be done in the practice room, can be done if you're playing on a gig, it can be done in a rehearsal or in a studio, wherever you think you need to pace yourself and to relax. To let the blood circulate and the lactic acid to leave your muscles, it is very important that you do these exercises when you try to feel, you can feel when your chops are getting, when your muscles are getting tired. Now, a lot of misinformation, not misinformation, people don't know. The red part of your lips have very little muscles in them, very little flesh. Many trumpet players make the mistake and they only play on the red part of their lips and they end up getting blisters and injuring their skin. And then it's better to try and balance the two. Now, trombone, of course, is bigger. It's not as much as a problem, or the bigger brass. French horn players also have that problem. They try to make sure the mouthpiece is sitting on the white part, not the red part. So that's a little extra I just threw in there. Now, this may sound a little crazy. When you do these exercises, people may stare at you and say, what the heck you're doing? The name of it is even funny. It's called flapping. And I'm not talking about a bird flapping. Now, autistic kids, sometimes they do this flapping. That's different. Flapping is a way to get the blood back into your embouchure. And there's two types, two variations I use. One is flapping with your teeth, jaw closed. I'm going to demonstrate. Very simple. Like this. Like this. Like a horse. Feel it. Press your cheeks and here and here. This is good for the outer muscles. You could also do a little, what we call isometrics, and smile when you do that. This also helps the blood to return and not to injure the nerves in your embouchure area. The second type is open. When you open and flap. I'll demonstrate. I'll get a little closer. And this is better for the inner muscles in the embouchure. Very good. And make sure you don't do too rapidly because you can easily hyperventilate and pass out. So I do it 3 or 4 times. If you get a little dizzy, stop. Do it again. That's it for that. Oh, but I do have an extra. Keep watching because I've got an extra one. Also, extra exercise that can help you not to use pressure and to what I've noticed when I get tired, my lips stop buzzing. In other words, I have trouble pushing the upper edge. They just don't want to buzz anymore. And a lot of trumpet players have this problem also. There's a way to re-establish your buzzing without pressing the mouthpiece or even because the metal still can cut into your chops. So what I recommend is very simple, and this is very flexible. It doesn't matter. Take 2 fingers like this, put them about where your embouchure is, and re-establish your buzz because your fingers don't use pressure. Now, tuba and trombone are farther apart. Trumpet, you can move closer together. Simple. I've noticed that really helps me when I start losing my focus because I'm getting tired. This helps you to get your embouchure back faster. Now, another quick suggestion: when you're doing these exercises in public, make sure you have a spit rag because what can happen when you sometimes spit can fly out. So, simple, especially if you're in a big band and you've got saxophone players in front of you. They're not going to appreciate it if you spit on their head. So, I know, sorry, I like saxophone players just as much, but I don't want to spit on their head. So, also, if you're playing public in an audience and you don't want to look like someone imitating a horse, you know, go off mic, get those chops back. You can even turn your back to the audience and do that. So that's my suggestions for the day. So get to the woodshed, practice, don't injure your chops by trying too hard. Step by step, gradually. If you find yourself going backwards, not being able to hit the notes you did 2 or 3 days before, you're going backwards, you're doing too much. Take a break, take a day off, then resume. I notice when I take a day off, my chops are stronger than the day before. So get to the practice room, get to the woodshed, and that's all for today.